Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a journal with me process video. I have quite a few photos and ephemera pieces to add into my journal today, and I'm documenting a very small part of a long weekend away. So we went away for 3 days for our wedding anniversary, and these photos and paper bits are from day 2 when we went to visit Kearney Gardens. I'm going to be working in the front of my journal in today's session because I know I have a lot of pages left there and I want to make sure I have room to document all 3 days together. So I'm just having a little look at all the ephemera and having a play around with them and some of the photos just to get an idea of what the pages may look like. I will be adding in some pockets and envelopes to keep some of the photos in. It also adds an interactive element to the page. This is one of my vintage linen printables and I'm going to use it as a pocket. You can get this printable for free along with 2 other vintage linens and I'm going to be using them in today's spread. Here I have them printed out 4 to a page, or 3 on this occasion, and 2 to a page, just to show you the different sizes you can print them out as. I am starting a newsletter and if you sign up you can get these printables for free. I will leave the link to sign up in the description box for you. I also have this tea-dyed envelope I'd like to use on the page. And here I'm just using double-sided tape on 3 sides of the printable to create my pocket. I do use double-sided tape and a glue stick throughout this journaling session. You can see here that I'm really pressing this envelope down. Because it is tea-dyed, the paper is quite crinkly and I want to make sure it's stuck down well. This is a copy of the garden map we picked up at the gardens and I'm just going to be adding it into this pocket, but I'm just refolding it so it will fit. I'm also adding in some photos. Now because there is quite a lot in the pocket, I wanted to make sure it would stay in place, so I'm adding washi tape around the edges, and this one is from MT. These 2 photos are really similar, so I'm just deciding which one I want on the front of the envelope and which one I will place inside, along with some other photos. This roll of washi has individual alpha stickers on it and it's from Washi Wednesday. I wanted to spell out favourite, but I realised the whole word may not fit on the page, so I thought I would add them to a ruler and find out. It was a little bit longer than the page, so I did have to squish a few of the letters a bit closer together. And I'm just going in with this pretty sunflower washi tape. I think I picked this up from Hobby Lobby when I last visited the US. I have this leaflet from the garden and I really liked it, but it was a little on the thicker side and I decided I didn't really need all of it. I decided to keep the front and the map bits on the back, and one of the pieces fitted perfectly on the back of the envelope. I was a little torn about whether to cut into the front page, but I had printed a photo of the house, and so I chose to cut it up and just use the logo part at the bottom. So Kearney Gardens is described as a romantic secret place in the Cotswolds set around a walled Victorian garden. The house is still privately owned and lived in, but the gardens are open to the public for everyone to enjoy. I thought this little piece of map fitted well on this page, and it still leaves room for some journaling. Again, I'm just making sure this piece is stuck down well on the crinkled envelope. It was made more difficult because I had a photo on the other side and I was trying to avoid getting my sticky fingers on the photo. So moving on to the next page, out of the 2 photos that were left, I chose to add the one of my husband and I on this floral page. It's not the best photo of us because it was so sunny, but it was the best out of a bunch. This is another of my vintage linen printables that you can also get for free when signing up to my newsletter. I'm going to use it to add some journaling. There's a space at the bottom of the page and I have 1 photo left that I don't feel like having on display. So I've picked out some little coin envelopes and I'm just choosing which one to use to pop my photo in. A couple of them were too transparent for my liking, so I didn't like those. I have the third free printable here, which I have printed tiny in 3 different sizes. I was playing around with my printer settings and I really like how they look on this dark blue envelope. I did have to trim the photo down a little bit so it would fit in the envelope. I chose to leave the flap of the envelope open in case I want to seal it up. I have this letter that documents the history of the house and gardens and decided to refold it so it wouldn't cover up too much of the page, and I just add it in with a paper clip. This is the last piece of ephemera I have, and I really liked how it looked on this floral page, so I just staple it to the page using my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. This photo was taken at the entrance to the gardens, and I really liked the chalkboard. It says welcome back because we visited the gardens in September 2020 when things had started to open up a little bit again during the pandemic. So rather than adding the whole photo, I just cut out the chalkboard bit and stuck it down in the corner of the printable, and I love how that looks. I didn't really like how the photos blended into the background paper, and I found this folded scrap of paper in my stash, and I like the way it acts as a little booklet for the photos. I did have to trim them down to fit, but it also leaves me some room to add some writing. It's at this point I also removed my jumper because my craft room was becoming a bit of a greenhouse. It was really hot. This stack of paper is what I removed from my previous journal as it got too bulky. I do have a flip through of that journal up on my channel. The links will be listed down below. I chose a piece of paper to add the loose photos to, rather than having them loose in the envelope. I probably should have chosen something a little thicker, like cardstock, as this paper was quite flimsy. And I did have to trim some of the photos down so I could fit the 3 sunflower photos on one side and the 3 photos of the pumpkins on the other. And now you can see I've done my journaling off camera in all the spaces that I had left for myself. And now for the fun part of adding in the final details. I like to go in with some stickers, and I'm mainly using the Crepe Paper Maggie Holmes Marigold stickers, but I do have an American Craft Maggie Holmes sticker book. I did kind of go a little sticker crazy this time, adding them in all of the places. And these are the finished pages. I'm so happy with how these pages turned out. There's lots of fun and interactive elements on these pages to help us remember our weekend away. So I really hope you enjoyed watching my journal process and how the pages came together today. If you would like the vintage linen printables that I've shown in this video, then click the link down below in the description box to sign up to my newsletter, where you can download them for free. Make sure you confirm your email address to get access to the printables. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.